In this session, we see what is type annotation, type inference, what is the difference between string and character, float and double, the other ways of declaring them. Let me take some information here. Again, I want to save information about the bike, like brand. I want to stay price, weight, make. These are the different things I want to save. For storing the brand is a name, which is a string. Let me take a brand is of a string. The value is Royal Enfield. Let price is in the form of float, which is 2.25 lakhs. Let weight is again less than double. I take 200.90 kgs. Let make, which is int, which is 2022. And we also have other things like boolean, right? Is two-wheeler, boolean, which is true. What else is missing here? Boolean, character is missing. Let me take initial here. Character is after, let's say, R. These are the various data types which we are having. Let me keep them in order. Float, double, string, character. These are the 6 different data types we are having. Here we are explicitly specifying the data type. We are telling to the compiler that I want to store information about the information which is 2022 is of type integer. The name of that location is make. Here we are explicitly specifying the data is integer, the data is float, the data is double, the data is string, the data is character and boolean. Without specifying these also we can write. This is perfect. There is no error here. There is no warning as well. Same thing can be written without specifying the type. This is also correct. There is no error here again. You can run it. Actually, there is no print statement to print, but syntax is correct. Here, the difference here, we are explicitly specifying the type that is called, this is called a type annotation. This is called type inference. Here, type inference, the definition of type inference is compiler itself identifies the data type of a variable based on the value assigned or provided. It is important actually in interviews. In some of the interviews, you might encounter these two questions. What is type annotation? Type annotation. Explicitly specifying the data type of a variable. We are explicitly specifying a data type of a variable. Here we are specifying integer, float, double, etc. Here we are not specifying. Still, it is allowing. The difference here is this is called type annotation. This is called type inference. Okay, I'll show you what type it is. Let me just write make. When you try to write make, what is the type? It is showing int. It internally analyzed this value is integer, so this variable make is of type integer. This is integer. Okay, Similarly, price, right? Let me type price. Price is double. Here actually we have taken the float. You need to remember that by default, if you provide any floating point values, that is considered as double. Okay, by default, all floating point values are doubles. Here weight is by default double. Weight is also showing as double. Same thing here. And brand is string, means multiple characters. Initial is also showing as string. If you do not specify any data type here, if you do not annotate any data type, then that is considered as the character is considered as string. And the final thing is Boolean is two-wheeler, which is Boolean, true or false, right? Which is Boolean, correct. Here there are two things. One is type annotation. Type annotation is process of explicitly specifying the data type of a variable. Here we have specified data types. Type inference, the compiler itself identifies the data type of a variable based on the value provided or assigned. Based on the value, the compiler itself identifies what type it is. The compiler itself identifies what type it is. Okay. Yesterday, someone asked what is the difference between float and double. Let me take a float equal to float 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 8 double. Let me print it. A float, a double. Here also we need to change double. The difference is this. We are putting same value in float and double. Float is smaller, whereas double is bigger. Means the floating precision is, it shows almost 15 after point. 15 digits are considered. Here after point, only 7 digits are considered. What I mean to say is float is for small floating point values, double is for bigger floating point values. Okay, that is the difference between float and double. These are the various data types which we are having. Type annotation and type inference. In interviews, it is important. The process of explicitly specifying the data type of declared identifier, declared variable, which is called type annotation. Here we are explicitly specifying the type of a variable. Here type inference. Type inference is process of compiler itself identifying the variable data type based on the value provided. Based on the value, the compiler itself identifies this is int, this is double. There are a couple of rules on how to declare a variable. Here we are requesting RAM to give some space. Okay, there are two ways which we have already discussed. One is by using let variable name and data type plus value. Second way is this, without specifying the data type. Okay, specify the declared variable is variable or constant by using let or var. You must specify the data type or initialize a value to the variable. If you simply declare in other language, if you simply declared a, it is not allowed because the compiler is in confusion. A is of type what? is which type of variable. See here, type annotation is missing. You must specify a value or you must specify a data type integer. That is what it means. Okay. Well, sorry. You need to understand the errors as well. Declared variable must contain the value before it is used. Declared variable must contain a value. Here, if you try to do printing or addition, let's say this isn't okay. Let C equal to A plus B. A means 10 here. B is nothing. We haven't put anything here. But before using the variable B is used before initialization. It is not initialized. The value is not assigned. Okay, that we need to remember. Whenever you are performing any operation on any variable, that must be initialized. Here, I mean, yeah, same example I have here. A where after integer value is 10, where B where equal to is after integer only. Here I'm trying to assign it. C where equal to B where. I'm just exchanging the values here. C where equal to putting them B where, but it is error. B where must contain a value before it is used. And there is one more data type called any object or any. Okay, we see that. Okay, here constant. Let a constant after integer equal to 20. If you try to modify the value a constant equal to 50, it is error. Constant values cannot be changed. The error, exact error is a constant is let, similar to that. Okay, any object is another data type. We are having any here. Okay, this is, hope this is clear. We also have another data type called any object. We have here what exactly the any is. Any can hold any kind of values. Here, if you see the make can hold, make is by default considered as integer. If you try to put string, it will not accept because it is already treated as integer. Cannot assign a value to make. First of all, it is constant. Second thing is, it is integer, you cannot assign value. String cannot be assigned to type integer. Okay. Let me take any here, where any variable is after any. N equal 10 here. After some few lines of code, I can put any equal to string also. There is no error here. Okay. The flexibility what we have here is any can hold the variable after any can hold any type of values. It can hold string, it can hold integer, it can hold boolean, it can hold double, anything. Okay, but we use any rarely. Like using the any frequently is not recommended because you are writing the code, but you know what exactly is the what exactly are the inputs and how it behaves. But when in future, if some other developer comes and see, it is very difficult to understand what exactly is holding at the end of the program. Here it is holding 10. He thinks that it is integer only, but after at line number 51, it is treated as string. At line number 100, it might be treated as something else. It is very difficult to understand by the other developers. So any is not recommended to use frequently. Then print statements. Let me take a letter. Apples. Orange is equal to 2. I want to print like how many apples I have and I want how many oranges I have. Print. Basically, print is a function actually, which can take anything. It can take direct values or strings. A value means apples. Also, it can also take strings. Into I have apples. Apples means 10 is printed, and I have apples. I have apples is printed. I want to display here. I want to 10 apples. So I want to display 10 apples. See what is happening? It is considering whatever you put inside the double quotes is considered as string. But I want to display the actual value of apples. To do that, what is called, what we have is this way. Inside the backslash and within the parentheses, we need to put the variable name so that the value will be embedded. Now see the result. I have 10 apples. The value is substituted here. This is called string interpolation. Button for interviews, string interpolation. The definition is clearly given here. String interpolation is process of formatting the string by embedding the values within the string. Formatting a string by embedding the values in the string. If you do not embed this by using string interpolation, this is considered as string only. This is the entire thing is considered as string only. I have apples, apples will be printed. Similarly, if I want to print oranges, print I have number of oranges, oranges. I have 2 oranges. I want to print something. I have 12 fruits. Print I have string interpolation apples plus orange. You can also perform the operation here, clubbing together. I have 12 fruits. This is called string interpolation. The definition is clearly given here. String interpolation is process of formatting the string by embedding the values within the string. Now, tuples. Tuple is basically grouping multiple values, similar or dissimilar values together. Here, we have seen a couple of data types here. Okay, I'm just commenting this. Clear comment and enabling this. We have a couple of variables and given data types here. But if you see, this variable is holding only one value. This variable is holding only one value. All the variables are holding only one value only. One value only. But I want to hold multiple values together. Let's say let book details. Book details. What are the book details here? Name. That's a price. I want to store these 3 informations. One way of storing is name equal to book author SST book price equal to some 200. To store the information of a book, I have declared 3 different variables, but I want to declare one variable to hold all 3 values. This is where the tuple comes into picture. Let book details equal to Swift Steve 200.20. There is no error here. This is tuple. Basically, tuple is grouping multiple values together. I am grouping multiple values together here. Print. If you want to print book details, or else you can also refer. Let's say I want to clearly give the details. Print book name. Book name is part of book details dot 0. 0 means first value. Book author 1. Book price 2. What I mean to say is, this is the way we declare tuple. This is the way to access the values in the tuple. Book name, book author, book price. This is one of the ways. There are 3 different ways to use the tuple. Second way I'm writing, let labels, by putting the labels here, just book name, author, just commenting this and taking another thing. Book details. This is one way of doing. Comment that. This is another way of doing. Here, same thing again. Name, book price, book author, book price. This is second way. What we are doing here? For each value, we are assigning a name. Book details are book name, book details are book author, book details are book price. Just accessing them by using the same. The third way I am showing you. Here, book name, book author, book price. Author, price. 3 different ways, but concept is same. Concept is grouping multiple values together. Concept is same. Same thing is displayed. Okay, this is called tuple. When do we use tuple? First of all, what is tuple? Tuple is grouping multiple values together. The values can be of different type. Here, string, combination of string, double. It need not to be only strings or only integers. When do we use tuple? To return multiple values from a function. Anyways, we see this again, where we return multiple values from a function. Okay, just to remember, to return multiple values from a function, we use tuple. Here, grouping multiple values together, tuple, it contains the person information, John, age, name, age, and address. This is one way by using indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. Second thing is by using labeling. Basically, the value is substituted here, the second value is substituted here, and the same thing will be printed. Third thing is giving the label name here. Placeholders. These are the placeholders. These are the labels. 3 different ways to do.
So what it is called, the first method, what it is called, and second method, what it's called, and third method, what it's called.
There are no specific names for this. Everything is tuple, but there are 3 different ways to use.
Okay.
Everything is tuple only.
Okay.
Based upon your convenience, you can use whichever you want.
Okay.
This is all about what we have learned today is type annotation, type inference, the difference between float and double, string and character. By default, everything is considered as doubles. By default, everything is considered as string in case of characters, and how to declare a variable, like by using let and where, and make sure the value is assigned before it is used, and what is any and what is the purpose of any, like can we use frequently the any? No, it is not recommended to use frequently, but any can hold any kind of value. Here it is holding integer, here it is holding string. And what is string interpolation? String interpolation is process of embedding values within the string. This is also important. And what is tuple? What is tuple? What are the different ways we can use? But generally, if they ask you the different ways, if you show all these 3 different ways, he gets impressed. Okay, when do we use tuple? When do we use tuple is very, very important. What is tuple and when do we use tuple is very, very important. From returning a value from a multiple returning multiple values from a function. Okay, this is all about the things, and we see the operators. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. Any doubts, guys?
No.
Feel free to ask any doubts. తెలుగులో అడగొచ్చు, ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. Now we see operators. Okay, so far we have seen how to declare the data. We have not performed we have performed only addition operation, but we have not seen other operators. Okay, what is operator? Operator is a symbol which performs operations on operands. Okay, operator is a symbol which performs some operations on operands. Here, let's say if I want to perform addition between 5 and 5, the 5 and 5 are called as operands. The symbol which is called operator. These two are operands. The symbol is called operator. These two are called operands. The symbol is called operator. Here, this is the operator. Okay, I want to perform addition between A and B. I have declared let A equal to 10, B equal to 20. Let sum equal to A plus B. A and B are the operands, and plus is the operator. Basically, the definition is operator is a symbol which performs operations on operands. ఇది అడగవచ్చు, but in case ఏంటంటే కనుక at very first levels are done by the like 1 year or 2 year experience guys. They might ask you, and like they came from the same background, right? They will ask the very basic questions. What is data type? What is operator, etc. So we are covering that as well. In Swift, there are many operators. The operators are classified into 3 different ways, 3 different categories. One is unary operator, binary operators, and ternary operator. There are a couple of things. These 3 are already present in other languages, but there are some new data type, new operators which are specifically in Swift, which is called range operator, which is closed range, half open range, nil coalescing operator, typecasting operator. These are the different operators which are specifically available in Swift.
Okay.
Let's say I want to perform arithmetic operations. We are going to see now. Arithmetic operators are, there are 5 different operators. One is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. These are the 5 different operators to perform addition, subtraction, multiply, division, modulus. Here I have taken A equal to 10, B equal to 20, A plus B. I'm printing. I am using string interpolation here. Addition is the value. I'm calculating the value here. A plus B, which is 30. 20 minus 10, which is 10, 20 into 10, which is 200, 20 by 10, which is 2, 20 by 10 here, which is 2, means which is how many number of times the B is divisible by A. 20 by 10, 2 times. Modulus gives the reminder after division how much value is pending. These two are little confusing and important. In interviews, they might ask you the difference between division and modulus operator. In division, you will get a quotient. Quotient means how many number of times the given value is divided. The modulus operator gives you the remainder. Here, see here, 5 percentile 2. 5 can be divided by 2 in 2 times. 2 into 2, 4. The remainder is 1. The percentile gives you the remainder. Here, 5 by 2, which is 2. 5 by 3, which is 2. Here, the remainder is 5 can be divisible, partially divisible by 3 by 1 time. The remainder is 2. In case of division, here the result is 2. Here the result is 1. We see it practically. Arithmetic operators, we are having plus, minus, multiply, division, and modulus. Let A equal to 20, let B equal to 30. Let me take 10. Into addition, I am using string interpolation. A plus B. Addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, modulus, division here, subtraction here, multiplication here. 10 plus 20, which is 30, 20 plus 10, which is 30. Here also addition is 30, subtraction, multiply is equal to 20 into 10, 200, subtraction A minus B, 20 minus 10, which is 10. Division here is, this is how it operates actually. B is 10, actual value A is 20, 2 times 20, 0, remainder is 0 actually. 2 times, this is quotient, this is remainder. Okay. Comment. Compiler is unable to understand this language. Only if you follow the rules means syntaxes, then only it understands. Otherwise, it gives you error. Okay. Division equal to 2, which is quotient. Modulus equal to 0, which is the remainder. This is the difference between division and modulus operator. But very, very important, in interviews, they will specifically ask you what is the difference between modulus or percentile operator or and a division operator. Now we're having decision-making statements. The remaining operators we see along with decision-making operators if else switch. Okay, and we also have decision-making statements if else.
Yeah, Devendra, can you please go to the slide number 15? Yeah, so far you just explained as the arithmetic operators. So
Yeah.
remaining there's a lot of operators are there, right?
Yes.
So are you going to cover in the next session or
Yes.
logical operators?
Everything will be covered.